Hello everybody, it's Sonia Ward, and basically I'm just going to give you a Sensa update. I am on month 2 and I'm on the last week of the Sensa weight loss system. So again, I completed month 1, and if I can just do a recap, I didn't lose any weight in the first month, but I did notice that I had a significant decrease in my appetite. The product definitely works to suppress your appetite. I got to month 2 and I noticed that I had like 2 inches down week 1 after month 2, so that's about the 5th weekend. 2 inches down, no significant weight loss. Started losing about 5 pounds and tapped in at about 8, and so a total weight loss right now is 11 pounds down, 2 inches off, and feeling pretty good. One of the things that I've done, and I'm really going to stress that you do with any weight loss system or diet that you adopt, is that you make a difference in your daily activity. And so what I'm doing is making certain that I burn it to earn it. So that's burning calories before I eat an intense meal, or I know I'm going to indulge in something that is high in caloric intake. And then after the fact, I'm going to do something to agitate the meal. So calories in, calories out is the concept for after the meal. So I may do like a 10-minute walk, brisk, or a little light run, or just dance around, turn my music on and dance around. And so I have found that that has made a difference for me. I feel better, I have more energy, I'm getting more breath, and I'm able to recover from exercising a lot faster, so my breathing rate has improved significantly. Again, I want to say that I do endorse this product. I don't endorse the concept of eating anything you want, no matter what it is, and you'll lose the weight, because even if that's the case, it'll take longer if you do it that way anyway. It works over time. What it does is it suppresses your appetite by sprinkling either the salty side or the sweet side, depending on your meal. You get 2 different sides that you can sprinkle this miracle dust on. See, Sensa, and it's really like it's like a spice enhancer. It doesn't have like a major taste. It doesn't change your food, but if you're eating something sweet and it enhances the sweet, it's almost like using a confectionery powder on top of it. And if you're eating something that's salty or it could be accommodated with salt, you use the salt side of it, and it just kind of boosts the flavor a bit. So it kind of works well with enhancing the flavor. It's a flavor enhancer. But it does exactly that. It decreases your appetite, and over time what's going to happen is, as you require, like if you're eating so much food, your stomach again accommodates the mass of food that you introduce to it regularly, right? So if you start eating less, your stomach begins to shrink over time, and for some people, it could take a little longer time for your muscle to go back to a smaller size. So that's why I think for some people it works it right away in month 1 and others in month 2. So sometimes when I don't use the product, I still get full. So it's definitely in my system and it's working for me. The way that it works with your salivatory glands, your taste buds, your everything. When you cook, have you ever noticed that when you cook, because you're smelling the food the entire time, you kind of get full, and by the time it's time to indulge in the meal, you don't really have an appetite. It's because you were already satisfied. It satisfied you. Well, that's the way Sensa works. It works with your senses, and it kind of gives you a feeling of being satisfied, satiated, and so you don't require as much of that particular meal. As you're sprinkling it on the food, it's kind of going up into the air, and it's beginning to work on those glands. Okay, so yeah, I endorse Sensa. Am I losing fast? No, but I'm losing exactly the way I want to. I am so adamant about becoming fit for life, having a lifestyle of fitness, and if I need a product to boost me along because I have an issue with overeating, well then this is a product that could be good for me. It's all natural. There are no side effects. There are other pills out there that suppress your appetite, but you've got to do your research. You've got to find out, if you have situations with your heart, if it's going to increase your heart rate and create problems for you, if you have high blood pressure. In all things that you get involved in, you should certainly get medical release for yourself, for the product, and just for other people, so that they understand that before you embark upon anything, that you should have some kind of release about that thing, spiritual release, medical release, whatever you need. Pray about it. If God say no, don't do it. If God said that's the way, go ahead and do it. You can always trust that. But as for me, I wanted to try this product. I thought that it plumb made sense. I'm trying to give you a visual, but I'm not doing too good. I'm failing. Here it is on an angle. It plumb made sense. Something that will work with your sensory glands to curb your appetite and allow you to eat what you eat. Now, if someone eats a lot of vegetables and meats and starches, they're going to lose at a certain rate. Someone's doing a lot of salads and fruits, they're going to lose it probably a little faster. And if someone's eating a whole bunch of ice cream and cake and donuts and junk, they're going to have issues. It's going to be a little bit. At the end of the day, if you take in 3,500 calories and you only burn 2,500, you've got 1,000 in the deficit, which means that's like a quarter of a pound, because 3,500 calories equal a pound. So you've got to think about that. You've got to curb your appetite. You've got to work on the food groups that you introduce. You've got to do portion control. That means that you can rev up on the vegetables and fruits, but begin to pull back on the meats and the starches. So that means that, if you were eating this much starch, go here with it. Don't cheat yourself so much so that you crave it and then you just totally lose your way. It's about a gradual change so that it can become a way of life, not a fad that is something that you'll do, it'll come and go. And then eventually you'll just be doing that much rice, that much potatoes, whatever, to make yourself satisfied. So I am about to get started with month 3 in a couple days. I've noticed that I have some left over, so I don't know if I'm not using as much, but the amount I'm using is working. It's filling me up. I'm feeling satisfied, and it's enough to enhance the flavor of my food. And they say whatever's left over, you can kind of discard it or put it to the side, because after a while your system gets used to that particular combination of seasoning or fragrant, whatever, miracle flakes, fairy dust. It gets used to it, and then it doesn't work anymore. So you'd be wise after the 30 days to switch to the next month, so that you're not doing yourself a disservice. I got to tell you, with this, I stress exercise. I don't care if they tell you not to. It's not about proving the product. It's about proving yourself. Make yourself proof positive. Studies show thyself approve. At the end of the day, you don't need to prove Sensa. You need to prove to yourself that you can adopt a lifestyle and you can stick to it. This way, you'll have, you'll be working towards optimal health in time. Here's the deal: sickness doesn't happen overnight, so we shouldn't get frustrated if we're not healed overnight. While we can be healed by miracle, while we can be healed through a deliverance process, sometimes it takes the same amount of time to get back as it took to go away. You understand? So adopting a healthy nutritional plan and adopting an active lifestyle are just going to help you. It's going to bless your mind, body, and spirit. There are so many benefits that come from being active and bringing energy, life, and exercise to your vessel. It's really important. So I'll be back at you talking to you about some of the ways that I plan to show you how you can do it, and do it easily, and do it for less. But in the meantime, and in between time, if you're considering Sensa, I would say go for it. The product works. It's a great price point. It's a very seamless shipping and delivery process. You tell them you're interested, and they're automatically billing you. No worries. You don't have to call them and make a payment. They've already got the plug-in. So if by chance you decide that you're not pleased with the product, you better cancel and let them know and send your remains back, the remains of what's left over back so that they don't bill you again. But give it a shot. If it doesn't work in month 1, hang in there too. Give it 3 months before you kick it to the curb. But as for me, I'm still happy. I'm still pleased with the product. I feel satisfied when I use it, and when I skip it or miss it for some other reason, I still feel satisfied, so it's working for me. Thanks for listening. I think I need rest. Thanks for listening. This is Sonia Ward. Take care.